We're doing it live! Welcome to the next episode of Juicy Bits. It's fun to say, Juicy Bits. Try it once in a while. This is more system mechanics and such. Today I want to cover rolls, blowbacks, and guard cancels in general. So you should know the difference between the regular and the guard cancel versions of these moves, okay? So let's start with the evasive roll. Or just roll for short. You activate it by hitting light punch or light kick. Every single character in the game can do this, of course. And what happens when you roll is there is a moment, as soon as you press the buttons, you have immediate, full invincibility to all hits and projectiles. Okay? You can't hit someone during a roll, you can't even throw a projectile at them during a roll, okay? They're completely immune to all damage, as long as they are still in that roll. But you'll notice actually that there's a period of recovery at the end of the roll. At the end of it, you can tag them. Let me record again here. Notice that I'm holding down back in the middle of the roll, so I'm trying to block as soon as possible. Okay? So if you do roll, there is a period at the end of the roll where you could be punished. There's a small window there where you can't block. But in addition, you can be thrown at any point during a roll. Regular throws, command grabs, whatever you got. If you have a throw, you can always throw someone in the middle of a roll. So those are the two weaknesses. You can be hit at the end, and you can be thrown at any time. But in the middle of the roll, you have complete invincibility to all hits and projectiles. It really doesn't matter what you throw at them, it won't work. Oh, unless you time it wrong. Woo. There you go. The point is you've got invincibility. Now, last thing is, let's see, blowback. Blowback is sometimes called CD, based on the old Neo Geo style notation, because A, B, C, D. So, that's it. CD, or hard punch and hard kick together, is a normal that you have on the ground and in the air. You have your light punch, your hard punch, your light kick, and your hard kick, but you have a fifth normal when you're standing, blowback, and you can also do a jumping attack with the same buttons there. Okay? Now, how is this attack different? Well, normally when you hit someone with a normal, you just sort of put them in hit stun, but a blowback attack always knocks them down. Okay? They can do a quick rise on this. Okay? The air version is the same. The air version also knocks down. Okay? It should be said that for most characters, their standing and their jumping CDs cause more block stun than their other normals. So usually it's the heaviest normal, the one with the most block stun. In addition, on the ground, everyone's standing CD is cancelable on hit. You can cancel into something, into a special move or a super, if it does make contact. But you can also cancel it if it doesn't make contact. If you've ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, you might be familiar with the concept of whiff canceling, and you can whiff cancel every single character's standing CD. Okay, so you can try to play with your opponent a little bit. Okay? It should be said, though, that for some characters, they do have other normals that can be whiff canceled. Okay, so experiment with your character and see if there's things other than the standing blowback that can be whiff canceled. Okay? There's one other thing to notice about this attack. It does cause a knockdown on a hit, but if you do get a counter hit on this, it actually causes a full juggle state, and you can get a combo off of it. Okay? And this is also true of the jumping CD. And because a counter hit jumping CD you can get a full combo off of, it can really, really ruin someone's day. Okay, if they get hit with a jumping hit, if they get hit with a counter hit, jumping CD, you can absolutely convert that into some big damage if you know what you're doing. So look out for that counter hit notation on the left, and you might be able to get some extra damage on that blowback. Now, we have rolls and we have blowbacks, but there's one other thing to talk about, and that's the guard cancel versions of these moves. Okay, specifically, when your opponent puts you in block stun and you block something, you can, if you want, spend a bar to do a guard cancel blowback or a guard cancel roll. Okay, you can do this while you're in guard stun. Let's go ahead and talk about the differences. Okay, now remember how with a regular roll there's a punishment period at the end of it, you have a recovery time? Notice, on a guard cancel roll, there isn't one. If you do a guard cancel roll because you spent that stock, you are completely invincible to all attacks, and you cannot be punished at the end of it either. Okay? You cannot punish a guard cancel roll, it's not possible. Another thing, you actually cannot be grabbed either. So if you do decide to do a guard cancel roll, you are completely invincible, but all you do is escape the scenario. Okay? And keep in mind, you can do a guard cancel in either direction. Okay? Just as you can roll in either direction, you can also guard cancel in either direction. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is the guard cancel blowback. The guard cancel blowback does the smallest amount of damage that is possible in the game. It only does 4 damage. That's the smallest amount of damage. You can't do 1 or 2 or 3 damage in this game. 4 is the minimum. So, it knocks your opponent away and it costs a bar. But, there's one thing you need to be wary of with the guard cancel blowback. And what that is that it's not guaranteed. Okay? It's not guaranteed, and it's not exactly the same as a standing CD. Usually the standing blowback, not only can it be canceled, okay, let's get rid of the counter hit here. Not only can it be canceled, but it's also usually safe, okay? More or less, whenever a standing CD is blocked, you usually recover before your opponent, or at least you know that you can cancel it into something, maybe even on block, so that you know that you'll be safe and you'll be, they can't punish you. But on a guard cancel blowback, that is not true. On a guard cancel blowback, you are in a very long period of recovery, and you cannot do anything about that. So yeah, as you can see on my input display, I was holding down back for that entire time. Okay, nothing I could do, that was a full punish. So guard cancel blowback can be punished, guard cancel roll cannot, but guard cancel roll is really defensive, and all you do is get away, and if your opponent knows where you're going, they can still try to follow you after that guard cancel roll. They won't be able to punish you, but they can still try to follow you. Okay, so with that said, choose between the guard cancel roll and the guard cancel blowback properly, and you should be able to, defend yourself well. And there's one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to the guard cancel roll. Okay, and this is if your opponent is getting predictable. You can use a guard cancel roll to punish many common poke strings in the game. Very specifically, if your opponent likes to run up to you and do a string and cancel it into a special. This is universal. And in almost every case, if you guard cancel on the normal before the special, and they still cancel into it, you might be able to run forward and punish this person. Okay? It all comes down to your timing, of the timing of the guard cancel and what they decide to do. Oop, see? Depending on the timing, they might not be able to cancel the move. So with that said, if you use guard cancel roll properly, you can punish someone that has really, really predictable strings. Blowback is more of a, get away from me, let's get back to the neutral game. Guard cancel roll is, I want to create some space, or I want to try to punish that predictable poke string. That's pretty much all you need to know about rolls and blowbacks, and there should be more juicy bits coming. If you can't tell, I did 3 episodes in one day, because I really, really, really want to be ready for the Steam edition of KOF13. I want to make sure if there's any basic system questions that I have those answered, so feel free to leave additional questions in the comments. Don't forget to check out the stuff that's in the description of the video. So, I'll see you guys later.